Hey everybody, I don't think there's a loan program that has more myths about it than the VA home loan benefit. In this video, I'm going to try to address and break a bunch of myths, especially Puerto Rico related myths, because the first thing to know about the home loan benefit, the VA home loan benefit, is that yes, it's available in Puerto Rico and that there's not any special qualifications that you're going to need. So if you came to this video to learn more about the VA home loan benefit and how you could get that benefit and use it to purchase a property in Puerto Rico, then this video is for you. So the number one myth is that the VA home loan benefit is not available in Puerto Rico. It absolutely is available in Puerto Rico. So, next myth. The next myth is that it's harder to qualify for the VA benefit. That's not true. Another related myth is that you have to be either active duty or a combat veteran to qualify. None of that's true, right? You don't. It's not harder, and you don't have to be either a active duty or combat veteran to qualify for the myth. You just need a certificate of eligibility, which we can help you get, which I'll discuss here in a minute. Another apparently common myth is that because it's a VA loan, that the process of approval, that the process of inspections and appraisals all takes longer because you have to wait for the VA to do all these things, and the VA is this big, disorganized bureaucracy. I can't speak to that. All my dealings with the VA have been very positive, but it has nothing to do, like the loan itself, the approval, the inspections, and the appraisals are not coming from the VA. The VA is literally just the entity from the U.S. government that guarantees that a portion of the loan would be repaid if the person using the benefit defaulted on it. So that's just a myth. You don't have to worry about a longer timeline really than you would have for any other type of financing that you'd get for any other purchase. Another common myth is that you can only have one VA loan at a time. Also not true. Depends on a couple factors. Depends on how much eligibility you have left. If you're currently using your VA home loan benefit to own one property, and then you get moved, like for work or something, you have to buy, or you want to buy in a new place. It's going to depend how much eligibility you have, but you can actually have two or even more VA home loans at the same time, depending on how we use your eligibility. What are some of the best features about the VA home loan benefit? Okay, for starters, the number one benefit has got to be that it allows you to go with 0% down. That's huge. You could be buying a $400,000 property, and the VA home loan benefit will allow you to finance $400,000, like 100% of the purchase price. That's definitely got to be one of the benefits. The only limiting factor there is going to be your debt to income ratio. Just making sure that you have enough of an income to meet the debt obligation of the loan itself and what other monthly debts you might have, like credit cards, car loans, and things like that. But that's the number one benefit for sure. Another benefit to the VA loan program is that they are reusable, right? So there's another, like I mentioned in the myth part, that a lot of people think that, well, once they've used it, that's it, you can never use it again. That's not true. You can reuse your VA home loan benefit so long as you pay off the previous loan, which is usually done by selling the property. Or if you keep it long enough and pay the loan off, then you can just continue to reuse the benefit. So that's another big positive. Another positive is that there's no mortgage insurance. So no matter how much you finance, if you finance 100% of a property or 50% or anything in between or whatever, there's not going to be any mortgage insurance. So that's helpful because it helps keep the monthly payment low. Another benefit that I perhaps should have also mentioned in the myth section is that the VA doesn't limit how much you can borrow. The limit to how much you can borrow is really going to be set by your income and your monthly debts, right? So that all important debt to income ratio. But the VA itself does not set a limit to loan amounts. And so they will actually, so long as the lender allows it, they'll finance as big as a loan as you want. And so we've seen, $1 million loan amounts going with the VA loan program. It really comes down to so long as the veteran or the person using the benefit has the eligibility and that they have the income to be able to repay the loan, the VA will not limit you in how much you can finance. And another huge benefit is that, especially in Puerto Rico, that the VA publishes a list of condominiums on the island, in all states, but also on the island, that are already pre-approved, right? So if you've watched my video about how to purchase condos in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of nuances and important things to know about buying condos in Puerto Rico. But if you are approved for a VA home loan benefit, there's a list, and I'll put the link in the description. There's a list that the VA publishes of all the condominiums that they've gone and assessed and basically they've pre-approved these condominiums, and if you want to go and make an offer there, you're already pre-approved to use your benefit. You can use the benefit to purchase one of those condos. So that takes out a lot of the guesswork and wondering, and is the condo warrantable or not? If it's on that list, you're good to go so long as you're approved to use that benefit. I think it's also important to mention here a couple times or contexts where you can't use the VA home loan benefit. The main one's going to be for investment properties or commercial properties. So anything that's going to be, purely investment that the borrower's not going to be living in it, we can't use the VA home loan for that. Also commercial type stuff. So you can use the VA home loan benefit to purchase multi-unit properties so long as you're going to live in one. But that goes up to 4 units max. Anything above 4 units is considered commercial, even if you were going to be living in one. So we couldn't use it for those types of contexts, investments or commercial properties. We also can't use the VA benefit to do cash out refinances if the subject property is already owned, free and clear, right? So if you buy a place cash and then you want to get the cash out and use the VA benefit to do like a cash out refi, but you own it free and clear, the VA sees that as too risky for veterans or service members, and they're not going to allow you to, put a loan on your primary residence that you already own free and clear. Can't use it for that. And the other main time that we're not able to use the VA benefit is like for fixer-uppers. The VA intends that these types of properties are going to be move-in ready for when the service member or former service member wants to purchase the property. It's got to be basically move-in ready. There can be little things that might need fixes, so long as they're not safety issues that pop up on the appraisal, but can't use it for the fix and flip business plan. Can't use it. Even if you're going to live there while you're fixing it up, they're not going to really allow it to be used for fix and flips. So you might be wondering, how many times can I use the VA home loan benefit? Basically, limitless number of times, so long as you're paying off the previous uses, right? So that can be done really one of 2 ways. Either you make payments in advance or however long you need to make payments that you paid off the previous loan. That resets your eligibility. You can use it, your full eligibility again, or you can even retain that property and buy another property with a new use, a subsequent use, they call it, of the VA home loan benefit, so long as you have enough what's called bonus entitlement. And there's some math involved in calculating how much bonus entitlement you have. I'm happy to help anybody that wants to know how much bonus entitlement they have, because if you run out of bonus entitlement on a purchase, you're going to have to bring the cash difference to the closing table, a quarter of the cash difference. So like I said, the math gets a little funky. But the short answer is that yes, you can use the VA home loan benefit either to purchase new property after new property after new property, so long as you're selling the previous ones or repaying the loans, or you can use bonus entitlement to purchase another property, and then you'd have 2 VA loans potentially at the same time, so long as the entitlement works out. So now you want to know, do you qualify for the VA home loan benefit? The fastest way to figure that out is to go to the VA portal. I'll put a link in the description, and see if you can generate your Certificate of Eligibility. Basically, it should just require a couple button clicks to get there, but sometimes there can be like that really long process of ID or identification, verification, all that stuff. But at CoLab, we do it routinely. I'd be happy to help anybody that's trying to find out if they qualify, and if so, for how much. So it's just a few button clicks. I'll put, again, the link in the description. So that's it. That's everything that's really the most important stuff to know about the VA home loan benefit and how you can use it in Puerto Rico. And so thank you very much for coming to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, doubts, anything, feel free to drop a comment, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Hope to see you again. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.